I think it's time we talk about the elephant in the cheese. You know, the good old Green Bay Packers. Because my God, you know what? For this one, I need to turn on the Cuervo light because we need to call out to the heavens of drinking on Sunday that people do not overreact to this. We need to have hope and faith in years and years of Aaron Rodgers' career and 2 years in a row with AFC Championship games by the Packers. Everybody believe in the Cuervo. Vive más. Vive
He'll
Cuervo.
he'll turn
Okay.
this he'll turn this into Cuervo.
Aaron Rodgers turns water into Cuervo and your hopes and dreams into blocks of cheese. Okay, this is the type of game that you just almost need to entirely disregard. And I'm not saying don't
Yes.
take anything away from it, but complete outlier performances where a team just comes out completely flat is disconnected on every level. I mean, Jameis Winston scored 5 touchdowns on 150 yards. That's all you need to know that the Saints didn't crush this game. The Packers came out and lost this game every step of the way. And you need to take away individual player performances, but we can't. Like, I had them ranked 3 in my power rankings. At most, I'll put them to 5. I'm not pushing them out of the top 5. This is still one of the best teams in football. They'll still probably be in the AFC Championship game. I mean, good teams lose games. It happens.
Right. And we talk about overreactions. Well, the first thing with this game is Aaron Rodgers, the famous video, RELAX. Relax. I mean, even the GOAT Tom Brady. What was it? A few years ago, maybe even further back. The years just kind of a jumbled mess when they got beat badly by the Chiefs, and everyone's like, "That's it for Brady. Let's put in Garoppolo." Like, just let's stop it. Stop with the overreactions. And in fantasy football, there's going to be overreactions, and on both sides too. You look at the Saints, their number one receiver, Marcus Callaway, with a measly like 1 catch for 14 yards. I don't have his stats pulled up, but he didn't do well because there has to, of course, be some context put there. He's matched up with Jaire Alexander for the game. And if you don't know your cornerbacks there, that's okay. I'll forgive you. But Jaire Alexander makes every single receiver look silly. So, of course, the second year undrafted rookie free agent in his second season playing against Jaire Alexander, good luck. Like, that performance, wasn't surprised. But people playing in fantasy football leagues, someone is going to drop him. Someone's going to drop him tonight in order to pick up, I don't know, they'll pick up Christian Kirk. Not that Kirk's bad, but Kirk's not going to score 2 touchdowns. Kirk played like half the snaps. Like, don't, just
Yeah,
don't do that to yourself.
the furthest you should drop Callaway is from your flex to your bench, no further. But I mean, that's if you even started him, but nobody did. But like the thing to take away really is that the injuries on Green Bay's offensive line do matter. You know, losing Lindsley and having Bakhtiari out for like 8 weeks or whatever it is, that's going to hurt them. And they definitely need to get their linebackers healthy. I'm not
Yes.
worried about this being a good team. Here's how you know not to be worried about the Packers and them being great, and why you should consider them exactly what you considered them 4 days ago. The line going into next week is like -10 against the Lions at home. If Vegas doesn't care, you shouldn't care. And that's all I'll say about the Packers. But on the Saints, I think we can't evaluate anything from this performance because even Jameis Winston's performance, like 5 touchdowns on 150 yards, is really not thanks to him. I mean, it is. I'm not detracting his career efforts or his efforts as a human being. I'm rooting for Jameis Winston every step of the way. As an analyst of the sport, we can't just say like Jameis Winston torched them. And he even had a play when they were up like 10-0. He threw a pick that got called back on the softest roughing the passer ever. And that could have been a turning point in the game. So Jameis isn't infallible up to this point in the season. And what the only thing we can't evaluate either side of the ball. We can't say that the defense is definitively great. We can't say that the offense is, fine without Drew Brees or any weapons. We can certainly say that the offensive line is fierce as ever, even though the center just got hurt. So that could affect it, but they were blocking holes like, my God, it looked like OnlyFans. But the what's it called? Like, the only thing we know for sure from that game is that Sean Payton is still really good at game planning. So I can go into week 2 saying the Saints will probably have a much better game plan than a team like Carolina. But the only edge you can definitively give the Saints in any matchup right now until we see a couple more games is game planning. They're better at game planning than probably 28 teams in the NFL, maybe all of them. It was a pretty good game plan, but I can't say for sure that anything else about them is good or bad because it's so hard to evaluate in a game like that. That's so just in left field. So please, people, vive mas.